After being chased by a rhino, my group of guys was assigned to do guard duty at the Kariba Dam itself. There was a hotel there with a swimming pool, and you could sit at the pool and get a drink, and the pay was enough to get you drunk every evening. I still might be there today if I hadn't made a total fustercluck of everything. When on guard duty, I stood alone at the assigned place, looking across the Zambezi River into Zambia with binoculars. On the other side was an African soldier of the Zambian nation. He was on sentry too, and he also had binoculars. Bored and maybe a little drunk one day, I waited until I saw the African guy point his binoculars at me. Then I gave him a huge and exaggerated wave with both arms and smiled for several seconds. He put his binoculars down and smiled and gave me a big wave too. This guy and I were often on guard duty at the same time, and when we were, we exchanged smiles and waves. Why? Well, because I'm basically a free monkey in a jungle, because the Pavlovian programming stuff didn't work on me, because no matter how much I'm beaten or tickled, I cannot believe stuff that I know is bullshit. I just can't do it. I just love getting drunk and stealing stuff and smashing stuff and burning stuff down, including whatever mind control box somebody is trying to stuff me into. On the upside, I'm no psychopath. Most people are psychopaths because every time they hear their programming bell go tinkle, 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 they will kill anyone selected by the guy holding the little golden Pavlovian bell, or start performing some asinine and ridiculous ritual, often involving flags and our naked guys tied to 2x4s, which is just a bit too kinky for me. Hey, I'm just here for the drinks and kicks. One day we were both on guard duty. A big black civilian limo drove up to his guard post. Out of the passenger side emerged a big black Zambian general, a Big Daddy, look-alike, in full military uniform, and he had a swagger stick, the only actual swagger stick I've ever seen in all my military days. So, Big Daddy and the sentry talked to each other as I watched with my binoculars. The sentry was smiling and pointing in my direction. The dummy was obviously bragging to Big Daddy about how we communicated. Then Big Daddy grabbed the sentry's binoculars and looked straight in my direction. So naturally, I put my binoculars down and gave Big Daddy a big smile, a big wave with both hands for about 5 seconds. Then I stopped waving and returned to looking with my binoculars at my new pal across the river. Can you guess what happened, Diggs? It was my first and last attempt at international diplomacy, so it's not my fault that I stuffed it all up. Then Big Daddy put the binoculars down and took his swagger stick and proceeded to beat my sentry friend about the head and shoulders like my hero, fearless leader, beating Boris Badenol. He hit the cringing sentry a dozen times at least. He really put his back into it, far for effect in military terms. Then he picked up binoculars again and looked in my direction. He screamed some gibberish, probably with not a single consonant, but of course, I couldn't hear him. He was about 400 meters away. After that, the sentry and I never waved at each other again, and I never reported this incident to the sergeant of guard or anybody else until today. Okay, that's it. I'll see you next week.